Hello friends, my name is Joshi P.P. Today we are going to understand the chapter of biology, first chapter of biology, that is the reproduction in lower and higher plants. So first thing, what is meant by reproduction? The reproduction is the process through which every organism gives rise their young ones. Each organism gives rise their young ones. Or we can say in a simple way, the formation of new individual from pre-existing individual or life. So that is the reproduction. So what is the importance of reproduction? The importance of reproduction is the first thing, that is the continuity of life. Through reproduction, each and every living organism continues their that is the presence of their species, and that is called as, that is the first importance, continuity of that species after such an organism. The second one and most important thing, that is every organism, that is the organism which is formed by the process of reproduction, restores the characters of such a species in the next generation. So that is the second one importance of the process of reproduction. So that is the most important, that is the continuity of life and restoration of characters of such an individual in the next generation. These are the two most important points of reproduction. The another one very important, that is through sexual reproduction. Through sexual reproduction, variation takes place. Variation takes place, and variation leads into formation of new species. Ultimately, it gives rise the new species. So that is the importance of process of reproduction. Now the next one, the process of reproduction. The types of reproduction are of two types. That is the first one, asexual reproduction, and the second one, that is the sexual reproduction. So what is the sexual reproduction? The reproduction which takes place. The reproduction which takes place without fusion of gametes is called as asexual reproduction, and the reproduction which takes place with fusion of gametes is called as sexual reproduction. Today we are going to understand some types of asexual reproduction in which takes place in mostly indoor plants. That is the asexual types of asexual reproduction. The first one, that is the budding. The first one, that is the budding. In the book, the first one is fragmentation, but we are going to understand through budding. So what is budding? It takes place in the yeast. After a development of the cell of the yeast gives rise a small bud. It gives rise a small bud. Such a bud then develops into, it is able to develop into a new individual, and so the new individual takes place. The formation of new individual takes place through a bud. So it is called as budding, and it takes place in the yeast. So generally asexual reproduction found in the lower plants. The second one, that is the spore formation. So what is spore formation? That is, it takes place in the Chlamydomonas, which is algae. In the Chlamydomonas, after maturity of the cell of the Chlamydomonas, it forms a small spore-like structures, and these spores gives rise, that is the young Chlamydomonas. So these spores are called as juice spores. They are motile, they are movable. So these are called as juice spores. These juice spores are formed by the parent cell, and after the formation of juice spores, they get released in the water, and through which a new individual takes place, and that is called as spore formation. So these are look like a spore. So it is aiding in the process of reproduction or sexual reproduction. It is called as spore formation. The third one type of reproduction which is also found in the algae, and that is called as it is found in the Spirogyra, and that process is called as fragmentation. Why it is called as fragmentation? Because after formation, after maturity, this Spirogyra when get break from each other, then each cell is able to give rise a new individual. It gives rise, it is able to give rise a new Spirogyra. It can be able to develop into a new Spirogyra. So it is called as fragmentation. Formation of new individual takes place through these small fragments. So it is called as fragmentation. So in lower plants there are basically these are the major types of asexual reproduction which are found. These are the number one is budding, the second one is spore formation, and the third one that is the fragmentation. Okay, so these are the types of asexual reproduction.